Hi folks, okay, don't know if you can see that. I'm going to move, get into a better position. Let's get both of them in shot. Can I get both of them in shot? There we go. I'm going to enlarge it. Hi family. You can see the spawn right in the centre. Okay. Enlarge it again. See the larger one? Hi family. And today it's the 7th of October, because it's best previously. Give you the time. Okay, so it's just gone 11:30. And like I say, you can see both of them in shot there. I want to ask some questions, repeat, because I did quite a lot of questions previously, my last few posts. So I'm just going to see if I can enlarge it more and concentrate on the smaller one, if that's okay. I think that will be able to move around, move up and down, flash more, that's me, flash more to give a response. So as I'm speaking now, and over the last few hours, the creature bees, which is up to cover West Midlands police officers, local sex offenders, blah, 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 have increased their targeted. I've even had a death threat about 10 minutes ago. And they've based themselves, see it moving? Upstairs. So the guy upstairs, you know, the one who's got it's got entity attachment, it's my new neighbour. And literally above my head, that was me. So I'm just going to confirm a few things. Family, I'm targeted as we're speaking now. Am I being targeted? See that? And all they use the electric, some kind of technology, log into my energetic field, my electromagnetic field, to increase my pulse rate and my heart rate. And you have to do that, folks. Can you see that moving? I'm going to move the pen slightly to get it right in the centre of the shot, okay? And the base from the guy upstairs, from the coon upstairs, that's be as near as possible to you to do this. And plus number 2, Henry Street, Derby, number 1, that's where the be. I'm trying to see if I can enlarge this. So yeah, okay. I don't know, because it's not clear. Because it's got some series of questions about going to the targeted and why it's happening. I explained that previously, but I was going to go more into the Freemasons. Okay, going more into Freemasons and how their belief system is not based on advancing humanity. It's the very reverse of that. The Freemasons are not a group headed by even human beings. They're not an organisation that's headed by human beings. The energy that they create and continue to create, and the energy that they're feeded to as a group, as individuals. It's not an energy, it's a demonic, I can't even say the word, I'm trying to catch myself out, but folks, energy. They're not based on the energy of Earth, of the solar system. Okay, and I say the Freemasons because the Freemasons are behind the targeting programme, and they use, as a lot of organisations are, so West Midlands Police, the Crooks West Midlands Police officers. I said Jahmar Hobday previously. Jahmar Hobday, have a look, research Jahmar Hobday in the paper. He's the child molester. Chief Inspector Jahmar Hobday. That's very active in this programme and very active in targeting me. And the child molester. Okay, so even though, yeah, that is child molester, and the child that he's sexually abusing or child molesting, if I'm got it right, he's got blonde hair, real blonde hair, the child has. He's about 8 years old, and it's like waves. That's this, I'm describing the child is molesting. It's got waves, sort of like waves hair, as best I can describe it, going forward. So like little sections of wave blonde hair this child has. That's the child who's molested. And it's real blonde hair. This child has got blonde hair, not brown hair. But you could, if someone was described, said to a black person, that person's got blonde hair, we would go, yeah, that's blonde hair. It's not brown hair, it's not mouse hair, it's blonde hair. And is around 8 years old. Okay. When my family first made themselves about, if thinking before family, I was given information, I was given information regarding who's involved in the targeting programme, the reason why it started, and the Freemasons was one of the groups, because if you go look at Dudley Council, Patrick Hobday, Pete Lowe, Hanif Mohammed, they are all involved in this targeting programme, and go and look on their public profiles where they'll say things, the very things that they publicly state that they're support of is they're doing privately. Okay, Stein Foster is the new West Midlands Police Crime Commissioner, and he's made this big pledge, this big statement about against male violence towards women. And he's very much a part of this, very much a part of my targeting. The targeting increase in the sexual nature, more sexual deviant, child rape fantasies, infant rape fantasies, rape threats. You've hidden the rape threats, I said there. More to do with him, the equipment they use, technologies used to target me, not just to log on to my energetic field. They sort of target me as well for the genital area. That's his thing, that's Foster's thing. And like I've said, and like it's been I've said previously, they've got cameras. Is that correct, family? Before I go on, I said loads of things. What they stand for publicly, and go and have a look. Anybody around the school, go and have a look at their names I've just said, and you'll see their public profile. And they make a big thing. It's the very reverse of what's happening, what they do in private. And this is what I'm going to head on to when I talk about society, the world we live in now, this earth, and what we've been told, and what's hidden from us, and what even the Freemasons, they think they've got access to hidden knowledge. Is that correct? Of the true civilization on Earth. That hidden knowledge as with the Catholic Church, head knowledge was given to them by negative aliens. And it was given to them to rule over her, to rule over most of humanity, most of the people on Earth, and the species on Earth as well. Okay, the Freemasons and even the Catholic Church do not believe there is a God. They do not believe there is an afterlife. They believe that when they die, that's it. So all this, what's happening now, all my posts, it's like a cognitive distance. So they're watching me doing this, the posts are out there, and they'll go, oh yeah, we'll just say she's lying. Yeah, she's not. Yeah, we'll just say she's psychic. They're literally, as they're looking at the post and they're denying what they're seeing because the cognitive distance saying, oh, sorry about that. Pamela, is that right? It's so great, and their fucking fucked up continuation of sexual abuse against humanity as a whole, and their fucking deviant ways, and the lying and the mocking of humanity. That's what they're doing, the mock humanity. They won't stop. Okay, so like, and we'll get the dregs of society involved in this. Like I said, so I made a post a while back about the Queen. Yeah, anyway, yeah. Quickly moving on, forgot train of thought there. Yeah, so there's people that want to keep the status quo as it is. They can't keep the status quo because the Earth's changing. So that's why we will continuously be under threat, under news to make us anxious, to make us scared in society. No matter where you are in the world, you will have something to continuously lower your moods because they don't want you to see them who they really are. And like I've said to you previously, I think last time, just be within this flat, 6 months ago now, and the guy upstairs, the flat the rented, he's got entity attachment, a demon attached, okay? And that's due purely for his involvement in this group. Okay, he will die with that attachment, and they will torture him when they die. Kathy, this is yourself at number 2, Henry Street. She's got a demon attachment. They won't tell the people why they're targeting a specific person. They won't tell them the truth because they want to continue to do what they want. They haven't got the moral compass to go, oh God, man, this is, this is wrong, what we've been taught is wrong. They like it so much, get such a buzz out of it, to stop what they're doing, to stop women having, watching women have a piss and shit. It's just too much. That's their thing. It's to mock humanity, to mock society, and to place themselves as God. They're the ones in control. They're the ones trying to control people. Like I said, and with this technology that they're using, like I said, they can control your emotions, trying to control what you think and how you think. One of the biggest things for this, what I've learnt, is they'll try to control your thoughts, so they'll turn you into a sexual deviant. Okay? If you look at the presidents that are in now, why did they call him creepy Uncle Joe? Why is Trump was president when he was grabbing by the pussy? Why could Prince Andrew, supposed to be our royal family, when he was looking at the flowers that the public had left for his mother that died, why did he put his hands on his daughter's arse and use his middle finger to go into her arse crack? Okay, they are saying things and doing things right in our face, but because we, as humans, we couldn't believe, you wouldn't believe somebody would be so brazen, and there's a craft flying, there's something flying. I might listen to anything sparkly, folks. It's flying. Okay, I won't get it, I'll just sort of carry on. Okay, so that Prince Andrew thing, everything, the baseline is sexual deviance, because that's in the physical world, that's all they can feel good about is sexual deviance. Like I said previously, it's shitting, it's pissing, it's child rape, infant rape, full stop. The reason why I'm targeted is because Paul Burgess is a convicted serial sex offender. Not because of my family being around. My family weren't around at the beginning. Not because of that, they wanted to protect him. And like I say, go back, look at Pete Lowe, look at the MPs in the area of Lye and Dudley, look at Simon Foster, literally look at what he's standing for. And he knows this is happening. Okay, and they're doing this to mock humanity. So while he's going, yes, I'm standing against, women that have been violenced against women, is taking part in this, while the MPs Lowe and Mohammed are talking about mental health in the Lye area. They were part of a programme to cause psychosis, to cause suicides, to cause people to be anxious, to be scared, to be fear-filled. There's another flying craft. I'm gone. Okay. And this, I'm saying this because they're doing it. Everything we do, everything they do is to mock humanity. Everything they do. And to cause as much fear and as much anxiety. And that's what they feed off, the entities that are part of the Freemasons, that are part of these nefarious groups. They don't want to kill you, masses of people. They want masses of people to be in fear and to be anxious, because that's how they feed, that's how they live, that's how they coexist on Earth. And we don't see them because of the dimensions that we live in. But because we are waking up, that's where we'll see them. We will see the entities, like I can see the entities on people. Okay, this is nothing new. This is happening now. This is what's happening now, and they're doing their best to stop that. The reason why Johnson, you think I'm really psychic now, was removed from his office, not because he wanted to go, it's because he has an entity attachment. Let's just say a fucking demon, mate. The guy had a demon, and if you look at the eyes, remember saying to look at the eyes and look at the irises change colour, and it's like an overlay. Okay, so Boris Johnson left his position as Prime Minister of the UK because he had a demon attachment. Can you confirm that, family? Okay, Liz, the old fucking, I don't know what she is, she won't stay in her role for long because she's got an entity attachment. A demon, same fucking species as Johnson. She won't stay in office for long. Because they don't want the general public, they can't put it in front of cameras. Because we will see, the general public as a whole will see what they are and what's ruling them and what they've linked their energy to be part of the system. Okay, so she won't be in office long, and I'll say, what, about a year of that? And I wrote in my post, other MPs know about this. Other MPs know about what's happening, and with the entity attachments changes and blah blah blah, and that there's another craft flying. There's loads of crafts flying. Hang on, I just want to get this point over, then I'll move camera so you can see the crafts. And what I say, just them fucking human up. Fucking human up, man. Reporters know what's going on. People in the TV, in the media, circus know what's going on, because it's not just MPs, it's everybody in the world. So, like I say, next door neighbours, your neighbour, doctors, whoever. People are going to show themselves, and with the entities are going to be attached on them. You're going to see what they are. So this is nothing new, and because of I've missed it, I've lost it. Here we go. Thank you, family. This is nothing new, and because of the energies, we're going to see people for exactly what they are. That's why there's this anxiety. That's why they're using equipment to headbutt people and trying to control people. This is what it's all about. It's trying to get control and to keep in control. That's what these creatures are like. And when you turn on your TV and you look at your news, they are not humans as far as having a human heart. They are not humans. Most of the people you will see, especially in the UK, because we're such a small country and such a corrupt country that's had this system in place for such a long time. We've been ruled, and the ruling classes know this. The royal families know this, that there's been entities, negative beings, negative, literally entities at the heart of the ruling classes, of the secret societies for so long that it's they're not going to give up. Okay, the only thing I can say that for human beings, long as you don't sell your fucking soul, you're all right. It's them. When I see entities and people literally meeting face to face, that I've told you this previously, they run away from me. The entities that are on the people don't want to be near humans, don't want us to see them. That's for one. I don't know why, and I don't want want to be near us. So if you come under attack, if you it will be from a human being. It won't be from the entities attached to them or the demons attached to them. It'd be purely the human. Simple as it won't be the entity, because the entities, we don't know. Listen, I'm talking to you, fucking UFO, okay? And they keep saying to me right at the very beginning when they came, remember who you are, remember, I've told this before, and I was like, oh, I don't know who I am. And I still don't know who I am, but as time has gone on, at the very depth of my soul, it's made me more determined and more to out everybody that's involved in this targeting program, and to out the doctors, fucking council workers, the beasts, ordinary creatures of the street, like the geezer upstairs, Catholic number 2, and just to out them as much as possible, because I know they are fucking revolting people. They're not Freemasons, and the elite apparently are not organisations or people you should be scared of. The conspiracy people, they've put them in place. Everything's been put in place to control us, because they knew this is happening, something is happening. So we're going to know that we're going to get our news from somewhere else. People are going to go online. People are going to think something's amiss. We're living in hell. We know not living in hell as per se. This is actual hell, but the systems in place are evil. The people they've put in place are evil, and it's caused as much fear and as much anxiety as possible. Soon as you realise that these creatures are not entities to be scared of, I'm not scared of them. I live on my own. I fucking run to them enough times. They fucking disgust me. As time goes on, they go so far against humanity that the only feeling you have for them, it's not a fear, it's out of fucking revulsion. And I'm talking as human beings do this. They do it to shock you, they do it to try to scare you. Like I said, if you've looked at my post, I've had a rape threat, from my daughter. My own fucking flesh and blood, who has been involved in this from the very beginning, I should say. Like I said, there's going to be people nearest and dearest to you who's going to fucking try to tell you, especially if you're glowing, like I said previously. It's going to be people that you won't expect. And I will come back in camera one day, I swear I will, and talk about people that I know in my Facebook group friends, that you're unique soul, get the words out, that you are a unique soul. But that being said, and they've, like I said, they've got the technology to spot who is glowing and who's not. They will send people your way to try to stop you. And even knowing that they know that I can see the entities on people, right? I can't tell you how many workmen, how many delivery men I've tried it on, or they've said, oh, you know, we're going to marry you, you know, or try to change my emotion about a certain look of a guy, or certain who I fancy, like I say. And it's like, that's all they have. They're totally ego-driven, and they have no consciousness, have no moral compass to think, why the fuck would I be attractive? For one, so anybody involved in targeting me, they're coming from a place, I come from a place that protects the fucking nonce. Sorry, I've lost them now. It's me swearing. Okay? They're coming from a place, can you get that? Sorry, family. Coming from a place that protects the nonce, because I know they're Freemasons. Oh yeah, do you know the Freemasons, when I say shit and piss? What actions could a human be to be so far removed from humanity? And that is it. When the COVID thing happened, we ran out of toilet paper, and they do codes with each other. So any story you hear, like with the number 2 or number 4, or toilet paper to do with arse, that's their signalling to each other that it's just a shit story. That Black Lives Matter, and that guy who was apparently murdered, that never happened, even though he was killed by his aim on camera, but not when we saw it. Sad to say, there's no loyalty to these creatures. And yeah, apparently it all started because of the $20 bill. So that was putting in place. That was so they could tell each other, other Freemasons around the world, other people that are into, you know, part of the system, that this is a fucked up story, it's a made up story, it's full of shit. Okay? Like I said, Prince Andrew using his middle finger when he was going down his daughter's arse, taking it in. God, where was that? Yeah, so everything, and like I say, the newspapers and the media types, you need to step up, man. It shouldn't be just fucking me sitting on my bed ready to go to bed, a black woman in a council flat going blah 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 blah. You should say, listen, this is happening. Even if you don't care for your own humanity and your own soul, because I'm telling you now, you know that what you've been taught or what the system is, there's other powers greater than them. I'm showing you now. You're watching my post. You know that there's things greater than corrupt, sexual deviant, racist beast. Okay, you know that. And if you don't care for your own soul, care about your soul of your children, your grandchildren. Because there's going to become a tipping point where you're simply turning around and doing nothing or ignoring it. It's not going to be enough. You're literally going to have to take action. You're going to have to choose which side are you on, and you're going to let fear govern you. The moon is so beautiful, folks. I've not stopped ranting at the people in there. Yeah, so you're going to let fear govern you, or you're going to think, nah, man, fuck this. And go, yes, no, we've got a serious problem, and we can't. This is so corrupt. It's got, in the UK, we've not had an election. We've had 3 MPs, but with no election. And like I said previously, I said about the gas prices and electricity prices and the energy companies. Our government had the power to tell them to drop their prices. They haven't, but instead we give them little bits of money to people, and the money we think, oh, they're being very generous. It's not. England is a very rich country, okay? But it's so fucking corrupt. I'm just going on down, my family's going, let her draw a breath. Well, just give her 5 minutes, let her just have a little rant. Anyway, yeah, so this is what I'm saying to you. What world do you want to leave to your grandchildren? Earth, we have won. Do you know what the people that created human beings, that created Earth, that created that created Earth. Of one, there's battles that were going on. Oh yeah, got to pack this one. Okay, September the 5th. They don't normally give me dates, but something really significant happened on that day, and that's when I say, now whoever you are linked to, if you're a human being with a heart, and you'll know if you've got heart centered, your family's there, your family is linked to you. All you've got to do is speak to them, go into your heart. Okay, there's another video, the 6-hour one I want to do, where I'm Ramona D. There's loads of demons posing as human beings that are spiritual people, that are enlightened New Age people. They're not. There's so many false people on YouTube, on TV that go, oh, yeah, very spiritual and very positive. And one of them is Ramona D. And it came across her because of the targeting, and then because she's got a demon attached to her, all the posts that she did with 3 other women that to do with targeting for over a year, 18 months, have been deleted from her channel, and now she's started up as a spiritual thing. And she said on one of her things, go into your heart, and and give your energy out to the people in the room. If you're feeling, do not do that. I keep saying, do not give you. I've done it. Okay, and I've done it to people that are in my Facebook group, who I've known for various points in my life, or they're going through something, and I can feel like friends of friends, like a member of their family died, and I know that they're hurting, and I've literally just sort of like, it's no big thing, but I've just sort of like, my heart's gone out to them, literally. Do not, because you're going to feel loved up. I keep saying this, and there's going to be part of you with these beasts that you're not going to feel with other humans. You feel, why is I feeling that? I should be feeling, X, Y, and Z. I'm going on, folks. I am going on, aren't I? Family, am I going on? Have I missed the point? Anyway, okay. Anybody, listen, be careful you fuck with, basically. Okay, like I said, the geezer upstairs now is, the police are fucking, oh man, grow a backbone, and the people. Okay, derwent medical centre. There's everybody employed at that doctor's practice has got an entity attachment. Everybody, and it's due to their involvement in this targeting program, in targeting me, right down to the receptionist, to the cleaner, to the 2 doctors, to the locum doctors. Everybody. And it's because the people they've linked themselves to, Westminster Police, are into black magic, into voodoo. I don't know what they're into. What they're into, black magic, and they're into holding people, into logging onto people's energy. So they'll use fear, literally, as they're talking to them, and there'll be somebody logging into that person's energy, electric and magnetic field, or they use like their ego to boost them up, and then that's still that person's electric magnetic field is boosted up as well. And even before they've approached that person or the group of people, they will have sussed them out. They will have logged into they will have logged into your emails, to your phone calls, to everything before they've even talked to you. They would have had an assessment of who you are, and they would even logged on to what you're thinking. Like I said previously, family can confirm that they know what you're thinking. They have the technology to use to read your mind. Yeah, you can see that, folks. And like I said previously, instead of using it on a fucking beast, on a known sex offender, they use it on the victim of the sex offender to protect the sex offender. This is all happening to protect the sex offender. I'll tell you another fucking dread thing as well. Every doctor, not every doctor, a doctor at Pedmore Medical Centre, doctor at Lyons Medical Centre, and a few of the doctors at derwent Medical Centre, Harley Bennett. I've actually used the name Paul, so that they'll sort of while I talk to you, and Harley Bennett in this meeting, I'll fucking put it on there. She says, "Who's Paul?" So even though I wrote them and I wanted the safeguarding procedures put in place, oh, let me just get that in focus. Here we go. Let me just get that. There we go. Harley Bennett goes, oh, who's Paul? So they do everything. One to show their allegiance, or one to headfuck you. She's heard the recording. She knows everything, and so because she's part of Derby Homes, you can met Derby City Council is involved in this programme as well. And like I say, anybody involved, this is me saying to them, listen, you want to fucking get involved, this is what you've got to put up with. Whatever the police are saying to you, why do you think that UFOs, if you want to call them UFOs, are contacting me? Why do you think they're making their presence known? Why do you think they're confirming my statements? Why do you think that's part of why? Okay, I've made a post and I've said it previously. Sexual deviance, rape, child abuse has never, ever, ever, ever been a part of human psychology. It's not how we roll as humans. It's not how other species roll as humans. It's not. It's such an abomination. Can't say the word, but our creators, my family, is offended, greatly offended by fucking rapists. Every rapist that's lived, I said hundreds of years, folks, to my family. Because I was going, is it 100 years then? People that have been sex offenders and rapists, 100 years? 200 years? 300, 500 years? Every sex offender that's ever lived for thousands of years in this civilization is being tortured. Is gone to hell and is being tortured. You burn that family. And I don't know how many, is it thousands of years family, this civilization? In this civilization. Okay? In previous civilizations. Sex offenders are being tortured then. Let's just sorry about that, folks. Sex offenders are being tortured, family. Let's just get that out there. When they die, they're going to be tortured. And they'll be tortured by that's me. Sex offenders being tortured. Every sex offender that's ever lived on earth is going to be tortured. Has been tortured or will be tortured. Okay? Because it's such an abomination, still can't say the word. It shouldn't be, and that's why it's rampant in society today. The church, the Catholic Church, could do a lot more, and it just their behaviour tells you what they are. And the targeting, because it's a sexually based, like I said previously, 75% of the people involved in my targeting. I think it's more a sex offenders or sexual deviants. Everything they do to me has got a sexual overtone, unless it's a nigger this and nigger that. Dirty black nigger. And that includes using my daughter, who I knew she was a sexual deviant as young. Everybody knows me, knows who I'm talking about. Shanelle, Campbell. And do you know when you sort of like, people are so bad, but you don't want to just think, okay, I knew what she was saying about me. The false fucking shit would come out in the end, and what she is would come out in the end. I knew that, so I just let it roll. Okay? A sexual deviant, he shouldn't be around any living thing. Any living thing. When people say people are narcissists or psychopaths or sociopaths, yes, she's one of them. To be part of this system, where she's getting money to her son, my grandson, DNA linked, because of his involvement in this. like I say, it's all sexual in its deviance. Like watching me, he's watched me have a shit, pay to use the toilet, have a shower, and to them it's to prove, it's just to dehumanise me and to dehumanise him. Like as a teenager, he will never, he's one of the people that's got a dark shadow around him. And like I say, my family got involved, inverted commas, even before my real family, my heavenly family became. Can you imagine what they're thinking now? Fucking hell. Bet for a big don, you know what I mean? Getting paid for being fucking beast. I'm a police beast. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, so, I knew. So just let her carry on, you know, and how many lives has she ruined? Lots and lots of lives. Anyway, yeah, so the rape threat was from and next David O'Malley was a rape threat. Walked past this flat, made sure I saw him. He's got entity attachment now. Told them I like to be fingered. He's the one that was going to rape me. So the people the nearest, and this is what I mean, it's all sexually motivated and it's sexual deviance. It's not as humans or would intend sex for it. It's to go completely against humanity's, our creators' desire for what we was there between two consenting adults or around the teenagers. Get that in. Teenagers together, not an adult and a teenager. Okay, yes, it's all sexually motivated. So everybody that's involved in my targeting, that's why they've got entity attachments, and that's why they're going to go to hell, and they're going to be tortured when they die. And that's why when that person died, that person's been tortured. I did too many things there, didn't I, folks? Okay, so everybody involved in my case has got entity attachment because they've linked themselves to a group that have just linked themselves to negative aliens, negative beings, hell, demons. So that's why I can say everybody at Derwent Medical Centre, if they never had attachment before, like I said, there was a doctor that had an attachment. I think she was born with it. And there's people at that medical centre that didn't have a demonic attachment or an overlay, but now have because they involved themselves in this group. Fuckers. Says you're right. Okay. And that goes to about to anybody. That goes to police officers, Derby City Council employees, like I say. Harley Bennett's got a sort of like a spider. I don't know what it's a spider, isn't it, Fat Family? But you said the top off is a spider, and it's as tall as she is. There's so many fucking entities in the world, family. Folks, there's so many fucking entities. We've been led such a lie. But yeah, she's got an entity attachment, and there's going to be people involved in this who are going to play the victim. Don't give them the time of day. Literally, don't give them the time of day. Okay, this has gone on for quite some time. I think I ranted. Yeah, like I say, there's people involved. They know this is happening. They know that our last Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, had a demon attached, and that's why he's not Prime Minister anymore. Okay, look at the eyes, folks. Look at the irises. Look at the colour of change of the irises. Some I would say sometimes it's orange, really bright orange. The ones I've seen in real life, on an Asian eye, fucking hell, idiot man, was bright orange, and that's a demon. I'll say that's a demon. That species. On the TV, you'll notice the eyes. It's like a bit shift, and there'll be some like a distortion. Because, like I say, the media, the cameraman, the camerawoman, the makeup, people know this is happening. MPs knows this is happening. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to move on to Johnson. There's Freemasons. I'm just thinking to myself, okay, yeah, they're not agreed to be fucked with. Johnson had a entity attachment. It's got demon attachment. It will always have a demon attachment. So has his dad. Can you confirm that, family? And the people voted him in, and they know that it's a negative, it's a demon. So the MPs that voted him in, they know this. Okay? What's the fucking name? I don't give a shit. Trust thing. And she literally freaks out. And the reason why she didn't do one TV appearance is because she literally lost her shit. Literally lost her fucking shit when it's realised. She realised it was happening, but when the overlay, the demon sort of like took over her body. And they're trying to calm her down, and they're trying to control it, and they can't control it. And as the energies are coming in, you're going to see more and more of that. And that's why that's why everything's happening now, to keep our vibrations down, so we don't see our fucking inverted commas leaders for what they really are. So I'm going to leave this. Because I went on for ages. I think I'm ranted. Oh, okay. So that's what, yeah. Okay. Royal families, I keep saying it, let me just move. Because I'm on a roll now, might as well fucking stay on one. Oh, here we go. See that? See it? I can't get any trying to think of a word there. I don't think it's due to getting old either. Rather than the menopause, flushes. I don't know where it is. I know I can get it. I can see it as plain as day. Okay, no. Okay, might stop now, folks. Let me just go back. Go back. And it's still there. Okay, I've done enough now. I think that's nearly an hour of me just going on about shit. I should be more concise in my topic, shouldn't I? She says. See if I can get it. Both of them in. No. Okay, for now, if I can't get any more in, if it moves about where I can get the right position for the small one, I'll continue asking questions. But for now, I think that's enough. I think I've gone on ranting about things. And I was going to, next time, unless something happens, tell me shit. I'm going to start off where about, like I said, about previous civilizations. And why I keep saying that, and this civilization, blah blah blah, and what the royal family, what is a royal family, and why there was a royal family, and what I've been told is a royal family. And I'll just leave it to say that Haile Selassie, due to his bloodline, was part of a royal family, was a true royal family member. And even though I've got dreads, I'm not a Rastafarian. I don't, like I said about the Bible, another religious text, they'll take a line out of it as to be true. I'm trying to, as I said, this take a line out of it that to be true of civilization, how Earth came to be, and then because it's this civilization, there is so much. It's been controlled by negative entities, negative aliens, negative beings. They've fucked it up, but because they know we have a heart link to higher beings or to a higher love-based energy, that's why religions were created in the first place. Okay, I'm going to try to, and that's where I'm going to start. I can't be asked now. Do you know, it's there and I can't be asked to move. Anyway, so that's why religions were created, because they knew that human beings, we had a need, or we had not only a need, but a link. I'm chatting, you guys will come to the back picture thing. We had not only a need, but a link to higher beings, to a higher plane. So that's why religions were created, to control us and to put us in selective boxes. And that's why the different religions, just to cause conflict. And Haile Selassie, the name of the point of royal families, was to do from the first civilization, and that civilization was a lot more advanced than we are now. Spiritually advanced, technology advanced, they were a lot more advanced than we are now, and it was higher. They were advanced a lot more, through a lot more years than what we are in now in this civilization. And the Earth was invaded by negative entities, and where is it? Okay, it's up there somewhere. Here we go, awkward position, but here we go. Okay, because I'm going to repeat this again. This is not the first civilization on Earth. Everybody got that? Earth, the first civilization, the human beings were a lot more advanced. Technology, emotionally, spiritually, in every possible way that human beings are now in this civilization. Okay, and Earth was destroyed by negative entities, by negative alien beings. The civilizations were destroyed. Okay, from the very first civilizations, the civilizations from now and the one previous to now, have been, what's the word I'm looking for? Orchestrated by negative alien beings. But to control society, they've had to hide their true identity. But also call our psychic ability to energetic wise, so we to break the link with our clan, with our ancestors, with our creators. Okay, look, see that. They were aware that a few people, and it's due to their bloodline, so due to their DNA, and just their bloodline, would remember, and their DNA would always remember, and they were sent to guide people, to give people instructions, to give people wisdom, to help people to remember and to link with their bloodline, with their clan, with their creators, with our creators. And these people, say, were royal in nature, royal family, or royal. That's the name. They wasn't called royal. I can't say the word. It wasn't even called royal. But there were people like that on Earth that reincarnated, and the negative entities knew that. So they created, they knew there were bloodlines on Earth that were reincarnate, and that people would, because we have a sort of an instinctive memory, or an instinct that there's something about them or something about their people. They mimic the royal family, that the people, excuse me, folks. They mimic, excuse me, bastard, take me for the frame. They mimic the royal. They say that they are the real ones, or we peasants follow them. So we would follow them. Haile Selassie was one of them. Came from a true bloodline, because his DNA, his clan is remembered from the very first civilization, that we came from higher beings, from a higher place. So that's why he was put and was given that title. Well, his family it come, I don't fucking know, through his bloodline. Okay, I think it was his mother's bloodline. People are going to send pitchforks on me tomorrow when I finish this up. Anyway, the Bible and religious texts were created, like I say, the first line, or the very first nuances of religious texts and philosophies. They all know, like the negative beings know what humans are like, and know we have a connection. So that's why it was created, to guide us, to lead us. So they'll give us a little bit of truth to hold us in, because we think, yeah, that rings true. Yeah, that rings true. Love and blah, 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 and higher beings. And the rest would be complete and utter bollocks, or complete reverse of what it should be. So swearing family. So yes, some religious texts are true, but the rest of it has been created by negative entities to control us. So when it says in religious texts, the Bible, that there would be somebody like Haile Selassie coming onto this earth, yes, it's true. And like I say, even though I've got locks, I'm not a Rastafarian. Even though, saying that, I've taken, I don't know, I guess they're pointing it, dancehall. I can't get enough of dancehall, but that's just me, Jamaican in me. Anyway, yeah. So Haile Selassie is a true royal, even though the name wasn't given. It was just named that the negative beings put onto a person with that knowledge, or in that bloodline, followed that bloodline. Okay, I could go on. Read in between the lines, folks. What am I not mentioning? Okay, yeah. So in this civilization, it's all been, parts of it's been true, like the religion part of it. Like I say, the religious part of it's been true, and the rest has been dictated to us, and we've been lied to and fed lies by negative entities. Because, and you know, we have an emotion, connecting things with the heart. If you will, okay, watch documentaries. If you're in the UK, watch the documentary with Jimmy Savile on Netflix, and why the royal family chose him, and he never got busted for shit. And they would have known his beastly behaviour. But there's part in the documentary says they were amazed that he could relate to an order of people. They were absolutely amazed. And Prince Charles, or King Charles as it's fucking called now, is amazed that he can relate to order of people. If you're a true royal, you should be able to relate to an order of people. Have you seen your fucking brother rubbing his middle finger and his daughter's arse at your mother's fucking funeral? You shouldn't be in the paper. You should be out of your fucking family and saying this is the blah 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 blah. Churches, the Church of England was created. I think I got this right in Mr. Books, because Edward VIII wanted to marry or divorce one of his wives before he killed one of them. He killed a few, didn't he? So he broke up from the Catholic Church so he could divorce. So even our religion in the UK, the Church of England is a fault, is came about through the deviant nature of a supposedly king, in inverted commas. They tell us things are happening, people, right in front of our fucking faces. Right in front of our faces. And all you got to do is go, nah, fuck off. Don't even give them the energy. Everything that you feel or think is being controlled. Because they know, that's why conspiracy theories were put in place. They know that people, and it's always been this way. This is not a sudden awakening. This has not happened all of a sudden since it's happened to me. It's been happening even before I was born. There's always been people telling the public, listen, this ain't right. What's happening, this ain't right. There's always been people in society saying this, but they've either been silenced or they've not had the means to get their message out. Like me, if you've tried to contact me, I don't. The emails linked to this account have stopped coming. I've never had an email. I've never had anybody comment on my post. Okay? Anything to do with this, anything to do with the targeting, for isolating me as much. This is West Midlands Police, to isolate me as much as possible. They have isolated me as much as possible, in order to try to break me. That's what they do. So they will isolate, and put, the only thing they'll put in your way is fucking the beastie, drecky fucking guys that think that you're gonna fancy them, and oh god, you might as well eat a load of fucking diuretic shit, mate, and fucking have piss running down your legs. You don't understand how repulsive you are, workmen, delivery men. You just actually do not understand what I see. Just because you started having facials and manicures, you think you're the darling, you think you've been part of this system. The system has put entities, demons on you. And the demons are feeding off you. I'm going off on a tantrum, going on, folks. Sorry, family. But literally, that's what they did. That's what's happening. That's what happened to the guy upstairs. That's happening to everybody at Derwent Medical Centre. When I've told you, yeah, portals, everybody connected to the people that have got entity attachments now. Sorry, folks, of me. Anybody that's connected, emotionally connected, you want to break that connection. They all have portals. Everything's changed. Like I say, from the 5th of September, we are closer than we will ever be, except when we die, of course, but we're closer than we'll ever be to our clan. And that, I'm going to word that, I did that wrong. From that point on, from the 5th of September, whatever happened in the skies, it happened in the heavens, we are all linked to our clan, so you are not alone. And only now we will get closer and closer and closer. We're closest than we've ever been. Unless you're psychic or something, I don't know. Not even psychic. Some psychics are linked to fucking demons, but that's another story another day. Yeah. And that this is why everything's happening. This is why I keep saying to you, we will never, there will always be some type of crisis. There will always be something in the news to cause anxiety, to cause fear, because they don't know, they do not want you to see what they really are. Okay, they don't want. Fucking Johnson had to leave because he couldn't control the entity that was on him, the demon that was on him. That fuck is it, Liz? Trust. For fuck's sake, she won't be prime minister for long because she's just freaking out. It's just fucking, it's too much for her. It's just, and she won't be able to control the demon that's on her, that's locked into her energetic field. And you know something, folks? It takes, if it was easy to log in, because animals have energetic fields, the cats, dogs, any animal, any living organism has an energetic field. So we've been told, isn't it? Not even living, solids, vibrations, and blah blah blah. Anyway, it's really difficult for an entity, for a living being that's alive somewhere else, or part of a dimension that's not. Yeah, I was going to go into the various dimensions on Earth another time, but that's a solid either somewhere else. So when I say overlays, that I can't be arsed now. I've gone on too long. Okay, there's two things. When I say overlays, I see them as living somewhere else. They transfer their energy. Literally, they are live beings somewhere else. Demons, entities that have never lived, and they've lived to the extent in their own energetic world, in their own energetic field, in their own dimensions, if you like. So they will log onto the energy, and they log on to the energy of a human that's more like them. I said this previously as well. Energies that's easy for them to link onto. Because it's really difficult, it's really hard for that to happen. So when I say overlays of demons, when I say Bennett's got an insectoid, it's really hard, even if they're living beings somewhere else and they've just sort of like transferred their energy, or they've never lived and the demons and just been created by consciousness even to go into somebody, a living form. Okay, it's really, really hard. So for that person to have an entity attachment, to have a demonic detachment, that person's got to be well fucked up, or part of a group that's stronger than the original person. Like I said, the guy upstairs never had an entity attachment previously to getting involved with this, but because so many people are stronger than him and involved, and they would have sussed him out, they've logged on to its energy field before he'd even been approached to fucking target the bloody nigger downstairs. He would have had his energy linked into before they even approached him. People at Derwent Medical Centre, the fucking practice managers, from the cleaners to the doctors, they would have had their energies linked onto before they're even told about me coming in to join their group. Okay, once that's it now. They'll never ever get rid of the entity attachment. They won't. They just won't. They can't. There's nothing they can do. They can go to as many churches and have as many exorcisms as they want. It will make no difference. It will make no fucking difference whatsoever. And when they die, that entity's just going to eat them and torture them. And when I say eat them, they're going to have to torture them to exact their energy. That's what it is. When I say when I say somebody's died and they're being tortured, that's what it is. And it's that person. They've chosen that. When I say it's a choice, or my family says it's a choice, it is a choice. And they will never ever get rid of that energy because the car is stronger than them. And they've agreed to it as well. And it's not like they can repent on their deathbed and go, oh, my bad. No, very bad. It's not like they can do that. They can't do that. In my case, in my family, because they didn't know, sort of like a few fucker you. Yeah, so they could have had their links. I'm nothing special. I keep saying that. I don't know why, but I'm part of the family. Keeps saying that I'm one of them. They are one of them too because of the bloodline, because of the DNA. My grandson could have been in part of this and been in contact with extraterrestrials. Is it extraterrestrial? My family, my no-go-to cousin. She wasn't such a bad-minded fucking fucked up bitch. She could have been part of this. But no, I got my cousin as well. I got a cousin involved. You got my auntie involved because, yeah, another thing as well, people close to you, if you have a family member that is depressed, if you are depressed yourself, they will, like I said, they've got the ability to control your mood. So if they want to get into a family, a whole family's like they've told me about Holly Bennett, that a family's involved. If they can get whole families involved in this, they will do. That's the whole point of destroying a family or fucks up a family. And one way, if there's a member of the family that's supposed to be that are probably more moral, have more of a moral compass, they will make that person depressed, and that family. Okay, Heather and her oldest son been in this targeting business for a while. Okay, they made, or Heather just, and my aunt and my cousin did as well with my auntie, sort of like, because the police will go to, you've got anybody in your family that we could turn, something like that. I don't know how these fuckers go, but anybody in your family that that we can recruit to be part of this targeting program, be part of the system. So they'll go, yeah, this person here, okay, what we're going to have to do, they'll go on, they'll check out this person, and if they deem to be too strong or too much of a moral compass or whatever, they're the matriarch of the family, okay, we'll make that person depressed. But that person won't know where it's coming from, and that person go, yeah, okay, that person. So I know Heather's done with one of her kids. She's made them depressed, and she's made them depressed specifically so that person would join this fucking system. That was her intention, and that what she's done. Okay, my cousin made my auntie depressed. Okay, specifically to be joined this system, to break them, and so they'd be part of this system. I told you, these people are fucking evil. When I was targeted, like I say, I believe the police know. So even before I knew, I think there were police informers. I think sort of Shanelle Campbell, and I think Andrea, or Angie, she's called, East, were police informers, and that's how they became known to the police. So obviously when the fucking rapist wanted to do snuff fantasy on me and whatever, and stalking me, police was like, oh yeah, person one, oh yeah, she's been suicidal, yeah, she wanted to kill herself, oh yeah, and I've got a number of health conditions, chronic health conditions, since then that cause pain and fatigue. So that's why some days I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm like that. I do sound very to myself. Anyway, so yeah, so about the thought, and they did think, the situation where I was initially targeted, they thought I was an easy target because I was vulnerable. Another thing as well, if you're disabled, don't put you're disabled to supermarkets. Don't put your status out there because they will pick on the vulnerable. To see somebody, like I said, they want to do this to, especially in the UK. Around the world, the targeting community is stopping because of the entity attachments, not because of the people involved have suddenly developed a moral conscience. No, it's because they have entity attachments. They see it on their colleagues, and that's why it stopped. In the West Midlands police, at the beginning, it was mostly police officers that were involved. Now, they're the fucking dregs, the pisshead, they're the fucking challenged people in the community, people with learning difficulties are involved because people in the police force don't want to be involved in this programme because one, I've got mental attachments, and two, I am linked to my family. And they've seen, and the entity attachments, the fear of entity attachments is a lot greater than me talking to UFOs. They know their colleagues have been fucked up by this involvement, by their involvement in targeting me. I've gone on for a rant then, but family. Yeah, so what I'm saying, if you work with these people, I've said the portals, because since the 5th of September, the energy with our link with our creator, has got stronger. It's there, but also the different portals have been opened by the negative entities, negative aliens, negative dynamic, I can't say the word, beings, and they're all are portals. They're all, I remember telling you about that woman who says, well, she talks to people, called the dog, remember folks, anyway, and I said, well, she talks to people like, there's like a black shadow or black mist or something coming out of her chest, going towards the chest of the person she was talking to. This is what's happened, and I said it only happened to a few of them, that the portals, like Hobday, the child molester, he's a portal. Since the 5th of September, all the people, or most of the people that are involved that have the attachments are now portals. Because of the energies increased on Earth, the human residents, we've got, and they've opened portals. That it's sort of like a demon splash and grab. So get into a person, try to cling on to as many people as possible, to feed off as many people as possible. They're the people they can feed off. It's going to be people that are already linked to that energy, and they know this, so that's why it's happening. That's why they will have portals. Most people now, I don't know how many, but say 100%, they've got entity attachments and our portals. What did you say, family? 100%? No, it's fine. I'm not doing this again. We do this all the time, don't I? I say numbers. But over 50%, get this in the middle. Over 50%. I've got portals, okay? So that's what I say, to come to you. I'm not going to act the victim, because fucking narcissists and psychopaths do. Fuck them. Don't fuck them, literally. That would be rancid. And this is what I mean. When these creatures try to induce relationships, can you sick fucking cunts? I can see what you are. You vile entities. Literally make me feel sick. And I said as well in one of my posts that even for men, I know that there's men on my Facebook group that don't know who they are, but I know they are being targeted. And I know that for some of them being targeted, trying to get to me. Don't do that. We can do that, but you know what's going to happen to you. And some of you are being targeted not only to get to me, but because of you, who you are. I can see you glowing, so they can see you glowing. And if they can stop that, they will do. If they can stop you advancing and glowing and evolving, I should say, they're going to do that. And I know who they are. And you would, like I said to you, you wouldn't think to look at them. And they are, I think, I'm trying to give you clues. I'm going to try to give you clues since, okay. One of the guys, no, I'll give you an order when it first appeared, and it was children. It wasn't, oh God, I've moved. Let me just, my legs to be. Okay. Okay, it was children, okay. 2 children that are children of somebody in my Facebook group. They higher evolved souls reincarnated on Earth. Somebody in their Facebook group and the mum rate says, "Oh, you lovely humans," just lovely human or something like that. and I know she's very aware what's happening with the energies and blah blah blah. Your two sons are very, very important and very evolved human beings. The souls are very evolved. The will send people, and like I say, there's stuff to be scared. All you got to do is sort of teach your sons to tell them to fuck off and be very aware, not take any crap from anybody. Okay, the other one, I think he did a post about a canary's father's voice. Oh, there's the one fly with this guy. I'm not going to move this one. Anyway, hi family. I'm not going to move. Fine, especially red. If you're in the centre Derby, I would say ask your family member to give you a memory that you've forgotten about. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense to everybody? So to ask your family member, if your father, say you can hear your father's voice, okay, say to your father, you don't have to say I will speak to him, give me a memory that I will go, oh yeah, I remember that time. But a memory that you don't know nothing about, and keep on doing that till you are sure that you're talking to a father, or it's your father that's talking to you. Okay, you're one of the people. Okay, and I know what you're some of the people that might have been contacted, or they're going to try to stop you evolving. Okay, the other guys, a black guy, his family is well known in the area, well known in Derby. He did a thing. We follow the same thing, and this guy, Caribbean cooking or something, and this guy had put, all I can say was slop, mate. I agree with you, it was like fucking slop. And he was like, okay, it's a joke, innit? Wrote in this thing, you're one of them. And people, I must say, would have told you that, or said that you were psychic, or said something along those lines. Okay, the next one, I went to school. You was a year above me in school, and you lived round the corner from me, and I've just added you as a friends link. Again, we're friends for links. I don't know if it's gonna read. I don't know if he fucking knows, and he's probably gonna listen to this and say it's fucking mad or something. But he knows a lot more, and is a lot of deeper person, and is a lot more aware than I think he knows how much aware he is of life and death and blah blah blah. He'd probably call me a fucking creepy bitch or something. But yeah, and I was really shocked, because I would say he was a racist. He holds racist views, I would say. The next one is somebody we lived across the road from each other, and it's a female, okay, and it's not you, mate, than you, not to be rude, but there's a picture of a guy holding your grandsons, and he's got brown hair and a brown moustache. He's can you confirm those family? I'm just rushing through them. Okay, so the first one, the black guy talking to his father, can you confirm that for me? Okay, can you confirm the other black guy when I did this post about Scar's food? And it comes from a well-known family in Derby. You will know, everybody will know who he is, who his family is. Okay, the white guy we lived round the corner from each other. I lived at Abingdon Street. I don't know where he lived. I forgot what the road's called where he lived, but we lived round the corner from each other, and so we both me in school. Okay, the next one, it's not the person that we lived across the road from each other, and it's the guy. I don't even know the guy's name. I think you put it, but yeah, didn't pay that much attention. I was just looking through the pictures. Brown hair, brown beard. He's an involved soul as well. Okay, the first two, the two little lads, bless them. I want to be friends with their mum. Don't know if they're